everybody, it's Victoria back with another layout. This time I am up on the Scrap Your Heart Out YouTube hop. I'm going to post some links below, not only information to my blog where you can see more pictures of this layout and also a description of the products used, but also some information of the other wonderful scrappers who are participating in this hop. So what am I doing? I start with a sheet of 12 by 12 textured cardstock. And then I used a strip of pattern paper that has some subtle polka dots in the back. And that is a Scraptastic exclusive pattern paper from the Scraptastic Kit Club. And I'm going to mount my photos on some white heavy-duty cardstock. These photos are of my daughter and my dish of wonderful hot noodles. So we went to a noodle restaurant that's not too far from our house. And this was the first time that I ever had this noodle dish. And first time for Corinne as well. And I like scrapbooking food because food is awesome. Food is totally awesome. So I'm going to somewhat center my photos in the middle. They were 4x6 photos. I had to trim them down a bit. I have a hard time trying to scrapbook one vertical, one horizontal. And the solution to that, of course, is to trim them down. Now I'm making this layout while I'm also participating in a Google chat with some of my scrappy friends. And so half the time I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. I had a hard time getting this one together. So I'm going to position the title right underneath the photos. It's going to say Yummy Pho, pronounced Pho, P-H-O. I came to find out that evening we had those noodles from the waitress because I kept calling it pho, and that's not how it's pronounced apparently, and I'm still probably getting it wrong. Then I'm going to take some clips that I purchased recently from Hobby Lobby. Yes. And these are the Paper Studio brand, and they're from their Flea Market Fancy collection. So one is a camera, a gold camera, and one is a gold arrow. And of course, I love all things gold right now. Then I'm going to take some tags from the Chamille Tags with Vellum pack. It's a little mini pack that I got from Tuesday morning, and I'm going to add those to either side of my photo cluster there, just to add a little bit of interest. Now this is one of those layouts where you don't need a whole lot, but I felt like I did. And so I kept messing around with different die cuts to try to make it work. And it's not like I have a shortage of stuff. In fact, I was joking with the ladies that I was on the Google chat with about how we have all these things in our stash, but yet we're always looking for the perfect thing. So eventually I just had to let that go and just go with what works. So I'm going to cut another tag from that same Chamille collection. And yeah, so I'm going to adhere that down. That looks good. I went ahead and drew some journaling lines. Then I took another circle die cut, same collection. Or I'm sorry, no it's not. Yeah, it's the same collection. And what this was designed to do is that there's some vellum tags or vellum labels that are included, and you can stick the ends of those labels inside the holes in the die cuts. So that was pretty neat. And I'm thinking about putting a fishtail on that circle to make it look like a, what do you call those little buttons or ribbons or whatever they're called. And it just doesn't look good. I'm going to end up abandoning that. That vellum die cut that I put in the center of that circle says love. And after a while, that's just not going to look good. So I'm looking around for some other options. I find a tab, so I'm going to put that at the top. I'm going to end up moving that tab to the other side. And now that I look at it, I probably should have just left it there. You know, just all this hindsight stuff. But I'm really not trying to get caught up in that at all. It's like, oh, Victoria, just get it done. Get it done. Okay. And plus I have like 3 more layouts that I need to make for this weekend and then 4 more for the Scraptastic design team. So I'm trying not to waste all of my time worrying about little details. So I reach into my stash and find some more embellishments that are left over from prior kits. And so I grab this flare that says get excited because we were pretty excited about trying this dish. I'm going to stick that there at the bottom. And then I believe, oh yes, and so I grabbed some vellum, again, from an old Scraptastic kit, and that little vellum piece says yay. And I wanted to add some adhesive behind it, but you know, adhesive and vellum just don't mix very well, and you have to use the right type of adhesive. So I went ahead and stapled it with my little tiny attacher stapler, or whatever that little stapler is called. And then I find some cork embellishments that I've had for years, and that's from Studio Calico, I believe. These little circles, and so I put a bit of those just to add a different dimension and texture to the layout. And now I'm trying to decide if I need anything else up there in that top cluster, which I probably don't. I'm just going to leave it there. Then I'm going to add a bit of enamel dots and stars, and those are from 7 Gypsies. And I believe that's a Studio Calico brand, I believe. Found that at Tuesday morning. That was a great little find. So you just have to dig around for the stuff. I know at the Tuesday mornings in my location, I have to dig and dig and dig to find the things that I want. And then this week I found gold because I've been in there for like 3 times this week. It's ridiculous. So ridiculous. So I'm going to take some American Crafts twine, and it's pecan white twine. Tie that there. That bow doesn't really look that great, but you know, whatever. Then I'm going to reach into my stash and find an apper sand, a cork apper sand, because I needed a little bit of cork to go on that other side. I was focusing on creating 3 focal points of embellishing on the layout. Add a little bit of Tombow Mono Aqua glue to that. Get that nice and adhere to the page. And then I'm going to sprinkle some Heidi Shine on the layout. And this color is called Primrose. I've had that in my stash for a while. And I think I'm going to call this good. Oh no, I got to journal a little bit. So in this, I'm just talking about how overall we thought the noodles were yummy. I think we're going to have it a couple of times for it to stick because there are some pretty distinct flavors. And I think Corinne's going to have it a couple of times. But other than that, it was pretty yummy. So now I'm going to stamp the date. Just testing that out using my Heidi Swap roller date stamp. And let's see. Yep, just stamp, stamp, stamp. Good there, good to go. Using some VersaFine ink and black. And here's the final layout. So this came together, actually this took a long time, mainly because I was, you know, chatting. But overall, I think it looks great. All right, check out my blog for more close-up. All right, links are posted below for more information about this layout, as well as the Scrap Your Heart Out YouTube hop. I hope you guys are enjoying National Scrapbook Day. I should have another layout coming up in just a few.